Hello and welcome to The One Show with Alex Jones.
And Matt Baker. Now tonight, we'll have the solution to blowing up two of Glasgow's most indestructible high-rises.
Cannot wait to see that. Plus, a world-renowned sports illustrator joins us in the studio as he remembers the 1953 Ashes.
And what we are calling the best back garden lawn in the country.
Yeah, it is something to
Fact.
see. It's unbelievable. But first, he sold 50 million albums and had 14 #1 singles during his time in one of the most successful boy bands of the 21st century. So life was going pretty well.
But it's been all over the news that in the last year he was declared bankrupt. And now he's back making music and we're supporting him all the way. Please welcome Shane Filan.
Thank you for having me.
No. So West, I mean, you broke up, didn't you, back last year?
Last June, yeah.
Wow. So was it always on the cards for you? Because you said you would never get together as a band. Was it always on the cards to have a solo career? Or has all of that come from, obviously, the financial...
I think, you know, for me, as a singer, being in a band, when we decided we were splitting up, I wanted to keep singing, of course. But yeah, financially, obviously, I wasn't in a good place either. But I think either way, I would have liked to have, you know, kept singing. I was, you know, 31 or 32 when we decided to split up, so I thought it's a bit young to...
Yeah, there's still plenty of... Yes,
and you know what? It's the best news ever for girls all over the UK. So
yeah, it's great, you know. The fans have been fantastic, obviously. You know, they've been amazing support, and it's, you know, it's just... I'm delighted to be doing it. I'm delighted to be first single out at the weekend, so...
Exactly. And do you know what? As a bloke, I love it.
I love the song.
I love the song. I haven't stopped singing
all afternoon.
That's good. That's good. I think it surprised a few people, which is nice.
Very good. So, it's WPA2. That is what we all need.
Yes.
Dan, thank you ever so much. Now, thank goodness, technology expert Rory Reid is joining us.
Thank goodness, because we haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
But lots of people who watch that film now will be concerned that their network is insecure. So how do we check that we're OK? How do we know whether we've got this WPA2?
Well, if you have a modern router from a modern provider, chances are you'll have a relatively secure system. The problem arises...
How modern is modern?
I'm talking about from the year 2005 onwards. You'll probably have a router or a box, a home hub, that is relatively secure. Okay. But not all of them are using the very latest WPA2. That's the German Shepherd. That's the one you want in place to secure your password. Okay. The problem is people with old routers have a system that was invented in 1999 called WEP, and that's next to useless.
Right.
What happens nowadays is when you buy a new router, they have a hybrid mode which operates in either WPA or WPA2, which is a mixture. Right. It's kind of secure, but not necessarily 100% secure.
Shane, are you in the WPA2 gang?
I don't think I am.
I don't know.
I haven't a clue. It's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
This is actually quite scary. Yeah, I never knew this at all. Like, yeah.
I mean, James there we saw in the film, the guy was using his webcam and he didn't even have the webcam activated and the bloke was filming his house outside. That is just scary. Now, Now, the number that you've got on your router that, you know, when family or friends come round and say, oh, here's the number, key it in.
Yeah, the password, yeah.
Now, would you advise changing that?
Absolutely, because it's not your password. It's one that's printed on the box and it's not as secure as it could be. What I recommend is that you make your own password something unique to yourself and incorporate lots of uppercase and lowercase and numbers to make it as hard to crack as possible.
Is this all easy to do?
Very easy, yeah. It's if you know how. What I recommend is that you check your manual, and that will teach you how to access your home hub or your router and change the password within that. If you don't know, call your provider and they'll talk you through it, or they'll take control of your PC and do it for you.
Great. Have you changed yours?
I'm not saying.
All right.
Neither am I.
But I've got massive dogs. Anyway.
German Shepherds everywhere.
Time now for Maggie Adair in Pocock to continue her demolition series.
Tonight she makes the...
Enjoyed that, didn't you?
Something beautiful about that, but in a kind of sad way. I don't quite know how I feel. Mixed emotions.
Anyway. It must feel quite strange being interviewed all on your own. So,
it is, yeah.
Well, we thought, didn't we, we'd make you feel a bit more comfortable. Here we go.
Is that better or worse?
Hi, lads.
A bit quiet.
We're back together.
No, we'll get rid of them.
No, you don't need them. You don't
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good. No, but this is the strange thing. I mean, we were just talking about it during that film there, that now, because obviously you've left the band and you know, it was kind of a bit like sort of the Famous Five scenario where you all had your individual roles.
Yeah.
And now, you're out there on your own.
It is, yeah. It's you know, it definitely takes a bit of getting used to. You know, it's everything I'm doing now. This is my first, you know, different TV shows you do for the first time.
Yeah.
I did my first performance the other night, literally first ever performance on television.
You're sort of waiting for someone else to chip in.
It was funny because I went up on we were doing rehearsals during the day, and I went up onto the stage and I saw one mic stand there. So that was like, you know, it just kind of hit me. Then it was like, all right, I'm on my own here, you know. But you know, it's great. It's fresh. I'm loving it so far. You know, the support I'm getting off the fans is amazing. So, you know, just one day at a time.
Yeah, well, your first single is fantastic. Matt's a big fan. It's been described in the press as, here we are, sing-along, sunshine-tinged pop at its finest. But actually, we think it's deeper than that. Have a listen, see what you think.
'Cause I don't need the sunlight shining on my face, and I don't need perfection to have the perfect day. I just wanna see you happy, a smile on your face. Nothing else matters, 'cause you're everything to me, to me, to me. You're everything to me.
So the thing is, Shane, I mean, that is a very, you know, clap along, it's a happy song, but I mean, it comes from, you know, obviously you've had a very difficult period of time.
Yeah.
And all this music has sort of come from the back of that. How do you get such a happy song out of such a dark situation?
I think, you know, for me, I had a few years there. It was very dark and it wasn't happy at all. But I think when I got the chance to go in writing, I wanted to talk about positive stuff in my life, which was, you know, my marriage, my kids healthy, you know, me going forward, singing. Everything to me was the first song, the first session I had for the album, first writing session I had.
Yeah.
And it was 2 days after I handed over the keys to my house. So I was in a kind of a place where it was like, right, that doesn't matter, that's gone, everything else is gone, but I have this, I have my kids, I have a great marriage, and I'm happy. And that's the song that came out of it, you know, just, I wanted to write about positive stuff. The whole album is positive, it's all upbeat and stuff that's important to me. It's exactly what the title of the song is, it's what's everything to me.
And we just showed a lovely picture of you with your
I just saw that, yeah.
Do any of the children have the singing gene?
Yeah, they do actually. It's funny because the last 6 months I've been like playing demos and stuff in the car, and you know the boys be singing along to it. But Nicole is probably, you know, she's older. She's 8, so she's shown she wants to go to stage school.
Does she really? Oh, really? And are you encouraging that, or are you kind of saying,
funny.
Oh,
I was playing a bit on the guitar the other day because I'm not very good on the guitar, but I was learning some of the parts of my song the other day, and she wanted to get guitar lessons. So anything I'm doing, whether it's singing, guitar, whatever, she wants to do it. And she's like, can I get a guitar, Daddy? Can I go to stage school? So
great.
she's definitely going to be on the stage to some degree, I think. Yeah.
A little protege.
Hopefully, yeah. You never know.
And it's part of an EP, isn't it? This particular.
Yeah,
single?
it's an EP. Yeah, so it's 4 songs that's coming out on Sunday, and it's basically like a taster of the album. So it gives you there's a couple of ballads there, a couple of up-tempo songs, but yeah, it shows what the album's going to be like.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Okay. And as we were just saying there, Shane's new 4-track EP, Everything to Me, is out 25th of August on Sunday.
Yeah. Now it's thanks, Teffers.
Now we're going to get the fruit.
Well, now we can say hello to the fully blossomed fruit. Paul's in the studio, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for coming in, Paul.
I'm so happy to be here. I really am happy. I can tell you that. I'm happy. I'm ready to go.
Yes, there we go. Get the pens out. Come on.
Now, Paul, you've seen some incredible sporting moments, you know, during your career. Which ones really stand out for you? Your favourite moments?
Well, when we won the World Cup in '66, that was the biggest moment in my life. It still remains the biggest. I got to know all the players, Bobby Charlton, Alan Ball, Gordon Banks, you know, they're legends. And I worked a lot with Bobby Moore. What a gentleman. What would he be worth today?
And what did they think of all the sketches that you did there and all of your art?
Loved them, didn't they? Loved them.
Didn't they?
Man.
You are the man.
Man.
But I couldn't believe you were there when Roger Bannister broke the
I was there when Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile.
Wow.
I was there when Randolph Turpin beat Sugar Ray Robinson in 1951, and they signed my drawings.
Oh.
Wow.
And what, you know the Ali sketch that you did there, Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
Where was that?
That was in America. I met Muhammad Ali quite a few times. Wonderful guy, very funny, very, very funny, and a genius. He was a genius in the ring. Brain, great brain, great brain.
Now, as well as these lifelike portraits that you do, we can see hanging in the back, you do like an animalistic version of sporting heroes as well, don't you? So talk us through some of these then, Paul.
Well, this is Wayne Rooney. Now, I always see him as a bulldog. He's a little tough guy. Nobody knocks him off the ball. He's very determined, very aggressive, scores the goals. And what people don't realise, he's a very good-looking footballer. Photographs badly.
Oh, is that right?
About. Draws beautifully. He looks wonderful on A4.
What about this one, then? This is Gareth Bale, right?
This is Gareth Bale, and I always think he looks like the chimp, the cheeky chimp, who steals the nut, throws it, hits the target, he steals the ball, bang, it's in the goal. Top man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and soon to be the world's most expensive player, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Now then, we haven't got time for Usain Bolt, but will you draw Shane during the next VT for us?
Well, Shane's going to be tough, 'cause he's a good-looking boy, he's just eyes and teeth. I don't usually draw.
I've got to be tough.
Listen,
okay.
I saw you in that group, Westlife.
Yeah, that's it.
And them three backing singers didn't do you any favours.
Yeah. Three back
Who was the man?
There's no need for that.
Who was the man?
Well, listen, let's keep it a secret what animal you're going to turn him into or whatever, so we'll do that during the film.
I'll try and draw it. It'd be tough, it's tough, it's
Yeah.
tough. It was easy
Yeah.
drawing Tuffers.
Yes.
He's got no lines, he lived in his face.
Tell you what, Paul.
Look at what's that?
While you get your pens out...
You didn't ask me
we'll
what
put a film
animal
on.
you look like.
Oh, go on. Come on,
You look like a bear, a polar bear. I'll tell you why. Because polar bears look lovely and cuddly, and when you go there, they crush you. When I came in, you shook my hand. Look, it's
Yeah.
still got no life in it.
I'm
Paul,
sorry.
we've
Tough
got
guy,
to go
tough
on.
guy.
But
Well,
get
listen.
busy with the
Let's get the
pen.
shoulder road, get the shoulder road, get the drawing done. Out of the way.
Now,
We'll
Paul
have a
would have
look.
seen some of the best surfaces on the sporting stage.
Yes, but are they as good as Stuart Grindle's lawn in Doncaster? That's the question. Right, get to work now. That's dedication for you,
A
isn't it?
picture-perfect lawn, as is this. Look at that, Shane. What do you reckon, mate?
Yeah,
Hey. Well, Shane's EP, Everything to Me, is out this Sunday.
And join us tomorrow when the One Show is live from Carfest South in Hampshire, where we'll be raising lots of money for children in need. We'll see you then. It's
Good night.
brilliant. Thanks, Paul.